Dormominas. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that again, are we? Old gags. Hello once again, everyone. My name is gall.P, and here we are doing another Q&A because we hit another awesome milestone. We hit 20,000 subscribers. It was not that long ago, actually. I think it was about like, well, it was August, mid-August that we hit. Actually, no. We hit 10,000 subscribers in like July, actually. So, I mean, what? July, August, September, October, November. So we're midway through November, and it's only been 4 months. We've managed to get another 10,000 subscribers. So that's absolutely phenomenal. First off, let me just thank you all very, very much. That's unbelievable. I actually cannot believe that. But anyway, let's not carry on too long because we've got questions to answer, and my goodness, as soon as I posted the video, within like a few hours, it was littered with comments. So very, very responsive you guys are. So thanks for that. I mean, it's appreciative, and it's very nice just to like say something like, yo, I'm doing a Q&A, can you guys ask some questions? And instantly, people were very, willing to do so. So that's really awesome. I really appreciate that. Anyway, we're starting with the 20 questions, of course. Just a friendly reminder, shameless plug incoming. But if you do want your questions to be prioritized, make sure to ask them over on my Twitter, at gal_P_drums, using the hashtag AskGall.P. But without further ado, question number 1 by Ron Diap. What is your favorite genres in anime? And could you give me some of your favorite recommendations? P.S. You're awesome. Thanks, man. You're awesome for subscribing. Assuming that he has. Regardless, you're still awesome. Favorite genres in anime? I'm a sucker for romance. I mean, romance and comedy are my two go-tos for anime. Slice of life with anime specifically, but definitely romance. That's my thing. Could you give me some of your favorite recommendations? Okay, let's go with Let's go with White Album 2. I finished that quite a couple months ago, and that is a really good show, actually. You probably see something called White Album, just like the first White Album. Don't watch it. It's not worth it. I mean, it wasn't bad, and that's coming from, I like to think, a very open-minded anime fan. But yeah, it's pretty, I don't know. The first one was a little weird. Omar Villasenor. I'm surprised I did that. At what age did I start playing the drums? I started playing drums, I mean, like officially at age 15, which was only like 2 years ago. But I guess it all started back when I was 14, so only a year before. Archer On asks, speak to me in Spanish, greeting from Chile. I don't know Spanish at all. I have no idea. Hola, señorita, ¿cómo estás? Oh, that is so bad. That's like the one phrase in Spanish that everybody knows. I apologize sincerely. Anime viewer asks, do you like someone? I like you. Nah. What I do like is, who do I like? Well, I do like somebody. Of course, everyone's got to like somebody. But, as for me to know and you to find out. Lazar Gabriel asks, how much anime do I watch? And what's my favorite anime? How much anime do I watch? Back, I think, maybe 2015, I used to watch a lot of shows. I used to binge watch the heck out of stuff. And I still binge watch, like that's pretty much my method of watching anime. But as the years go on, like especially this year and next year, due to my final years of school, time is a very big factor and I don't get enough of it. And so I pretty much like have to schedule anime watch times, unfortunately. But lately I've been like watching shows with friends, so like that's always fun to do. But yeah, how much anime do I watch? I mean, if I had to give like an actual answer, I'd probably say not enough. Some people might say too much, some people might say not enough, but I reckon an average amount. I don't know life it, but I also keep at it pretty actively. Hachimaru asks, do you like Japanese idol groups? If yes, what is your favorite Japanese idol group and who is your Oshimen? Apologies, but I have no idea. Well, actually, I did research a bit of Japanese idol group, and I can say I haven't heard of any or nor seen any, so fortunately I can't really give you much of an answer. And onto the YouTube comments we go. Might have played one of my videos. Poor Hang Kim asks, what inspired me to play the drums? I've answered this question before, but it basically all stemmed back in year 8, which when we were doing a music performance, and I was put on the drums, and from there it pretty much evolved to what it is now. So it just happened, it happened all of a sudden, and now here we are, 20,000 subscribers. I love you guys. Can you make the camera angle, or angel, sorry, I had to do that, so I can see your bass kick when your video is uploaded? The problem is, I mean, you can sort of see my bass pedals slightly in my more newer videos. It's a very, very minuscule clip of the bass pedal, but the reason why I don't yet is because of pretty much double bass songs, and I don't want to have to, because since I use the hi-hat pedal, it looks really weird when I'm doing double bass strokes and only one beater is beating on the pad. It's really misleading. And so I probably will include the bass pedal angle once I get a double kick, which I have no idea how long it's going to take. I've been saying it for the past like a couple months and I still haven't done anything about it. Tiny Newen asks, have you watched any dubbed animes? If so, what would you recommend? Needed an answer so I can watch anime. So funny you say that. I went through a phase when I first started anime where I only watched dubs. Yes, shun me all you want. But yeah, I only watched dubs, and obviously now I'm more open to subs. But what I pretty much started out on the dub, of course, it was stuff like High School DxD, Rosario Vampire. But one dub I did like, I definitely did like the SAO dub. The Data Live dub is something I'm quite fond of as well. What else do we have? We've got... yeah, pretty much those two. I can't think of anything else on the spot, I apologize. Bazana asks, how does it feel to be an inspiration to Elliot Harrington? Elliot Harrington can go die. Edit. Asni, finish the rest. Scoopnum, Ratnum, Usna. I'm gonna kill myself. Fatima/Nanami asks, your favorite fall 2017 anime? What was in the fall 2017? Because hold on, that was... oh no. I can't remember this. But I do want to watch Recovery of an MMO Junkie and Blend S. Those are two that I really, really want to watch. So, yeah. Actually, I'll probably do a cover of Blend S, the opening of that sometime soon, just because it's so adorable. I love it. Armon Barnett asks, what is your favorite DBZ character? I can't remember the last time I watched an episode of DBZ, but it probably have to be... I think as a kid I really liked Trunks just because of his design. Like a lot of his Super Saiyan forms as well. Aguilos Peros asks, how much did my drum kit cost? This thing in AUD, so make any necessary conversions possible, cost about 700. So, and this was brand new. I mean, a lot of people say that it's probably good to get electronic drums secondhand, but for an entry-level kit like this, I thought it was best to get it maybe brand new, since of course it's going to be entry-level, and so the things might not be as good as, say, a high-end kit, such as like the Roland TD25, TD30, TD50. So, yeah. Chut and his stuff asked me, do I love cats? Or cats? I like cats. I love cat. Nedgel at the Heart asks, how long did it take you to learn how to play? I guess 2 years. I mean, 2015 September up until now. I'm still learning, so... yeah, there's never an end to how much you can learn when it comes to drumming. That's just my own 2 cents. Ace Fitz asks, what anime am I watching right now? Well, I'm actually watching Made in Abyss with a couple friends. We're really close to finishing it because we usually schedule it for specific times once a week because we obviously got to gather everyone. There's like 6 of us, so it's pretty hectic because everyone's got to be available at a time. And also watching Code Geass because that's a show that I haven't watched and everyone's been telling me to watch it and I'm like, you know what, let's just watch it. So me and one of my good buds and another friend, we're watching that. and I'm loving everything so far. Lelouch is such a cool guy. Oh, he's so cool. G. Delgado asks, it might seem insensitive for me to ask this, but after high school, do I plan to continue making covers? I don't see how that's insensitive. That seems like a perfectly normal question. Yes, I do, is the short answer to that. Yeah, I don't see what a difference would be, except for maybe time, but it just depends about how I tackle my life after school, I guess. I mean, I plan to go to university, so... Dude, I don't want to be thinking about that. That's like a year off. I'm not ready for adulthood. Rokes, apologies for the butchering, asks a bunch of questions. Do I learn songs by hard/play? But anyway, do I learn songs by playing them several times before recording, or can I play songs blindly just by improvising? Yes and no. Usually I can improvise on a lot of songs, but that doesn't mean I will actually replicate the drum track. But obviously I do play them several times before recording, because obviously I have to learn it, because the way I do my covers, I try to replicate the actual drum track of a song. Otherwise, I'd have a much easier time covering every song if it was just complete improvisation. Have I heard about the 8-bit drummer? What do you think of him and his drumming skills? He's a cool guy. I've watched a few of his vids, and I can't really... his skills, he's pretty good though, because from what I've noticed, he does a lot of... I'm pretty sure this is his only way of covering. Well, not only way, but he does it a lot. He pretty much streams on Twitch and takes requests and pretty much improvs like you were mentioning before. So I could probably do stuff like that in relation to your first question, but I just prefer to mimic the actual drum track of a song. Question 3, have you heard about the game Osu? Ooh, I've heard about that game Osu. I have tried it, not very good at it, but I've got a couple friends that are pretty damn good at it, so. 4, do I take requests? If so, where can I request? Of course I take requests. I've got like a backlog of so many things. I'll probably put up on the screen right now. The last time I edited this was in like April, so I've still got months and months of requests to add on to it. But just request in the comments, really. Or if you want, shoot me a message. Everything's welcome. Do you play songs only from the anime you watch, hear about, and some of your friends' requests, as I remember, or are there other ways to how you find songs to play? I pretty much, when it comes to seasonal stuff, I just check what's going to be coming out, like the shows that people are going to be interested in, and then I'll have a listen to the songs, because obviously I've got to watch out for songs that have pretty solid double bass, because obviously I can't do those, and just, yeah, I pretty much just check in advance what the shows are going to be, and check the songs that are going to be a part of those shows, and then from there we just listen to the songs repeatedly and cover them. That's basically what you guys get in terms of video. And 6, do you by yourself want to stick to only drum sounds? Because it's not that these pauses in the beginning and other parts of the song trigger me, but it'd be cool to see you try improvising. Right, okay. Yeah, sometimes, no, I do prefer to stick to drum sounds. I mean, you've seen me in the past, I believe with my Classroom the Elite, I did use that, that snare, that electronic snare, but I guess that was part of the drum track. Whereas when it comes to using different samples and assigning them to a kit piece, I probably would stray away from doing that. But aside from just basic MIDI manipulation by putting, I guess, like a different snare or like a different hi-hat, I wouldn't really delve too much into changing my kit pieces. But thanks for the question. That was quite a long comment. A spicy meatball asks, how tall am I? I'm actually quite short for the average boy, at least in my year level. I remember when I was younger, I used to be so tall. I mean, like 2 or 3 years ago, I used to tower over everyone, and I just stopped growing. So now I'm 5'7", somewhere between 5'7" and 5'8". I haven't actually checked in quite a while. So yeah, still quite small. Am I planning on upgrading to a newer drum set? Not anytime soon. I mean, basically until this kit dies on me, I'm pretty much going to use it. But if I do upgrade, I'm probably going to upgrade to maybe the TD25KB, because I like how that looks, and Honestly, I feel like the TD30 is probably a bit too expensive. And obviously anything above would be just as expensive. And have I watched JoJo? Unfortunately not. That's another show I should probably get on. Although I probably won't. I keep telling people I'll get on certain shows, but I never get around to them. Not so friendly neighbor asks, do I plan on upgrading my drum set? I just addressed that. Or getting a new one anytime soon. Also, congrats on reaching 20k. Thanks, man. That's a really heartfelt comment. How to be a pro drummer in the world? I'm not a pro drummer. Flippy Gaming asks, how do I put two sounds in one cymbal in my old videos? Well, it's basically just manipulating the MIDI notes. Or actually, let me turn this boy on real quick, and this is probably the first time you're gonna hear the kit being used without addictive drums. So if I put this on the record mode, so basically what normally happens is these cymbals are dual zoned, and so they have one sound for the top and one sound for the bottom. And obviously these things are strokeable. So yeah, in regards to, so I could assign something to the top here and the edge there. So there's two sounds. As for the three zone ride, obviously these aren't three zones and I have to do a bit of MIDI manipulation. But this kit does a weird thing, or not a weird thing, but say the ride here. You've got the just the standard ride on the bow, you've got the edge. But if you hit it hard enough, it actually does a bell. So, but that's if you hit it hard enough. So I try to sort of emulate me hitting a bell if I have to be using an acoustic kit by putting it towards the bell. And so, it's, yeah. A bit of, I mean, that bell sound would still be the same. That's gonna look really weird. That bell sound will still be the same for the MIDI signal that it transmits, and so I just have to move that note up in editing. So it is a little bit artificial, but you pretty much get the gist. If I was using an acoustic kit, I'd be doing pretty much that. Fonzie and Melodies asked 2D or 3D, thick anime girls or no? Bro, the thicker, the better. And as for 2D or 3D, see, this is tough because 2D are always good. They're always there for you. They'll never talk crap about you, unless of course you like Cinderella's, which I'm actually a victim of. But 3D girls are actually real, so I guess I have to go 3D. I'm sorry. Latnag, or Ietnag, sorry. Ietnag Nesot says, if you are prohibited from using any drum set, what would be my next instrument? I said in my past Q&A that I do play the clarinet, and I used to play the piano. So there's a bit of a loophole. I get to play the clarinet, pretty much. But really, if I had to pick up a new instrument, probably maybe trumpet or bass guitar. I mean, that's a really weird thing to go to, but I enjoy just like listening to bass and trumpet, of course. Mari JN asked, what was my favorite song to do? That is the Mikako City Actors opening, Days by Garnadelia. Oh, I guess Jin featuring Maria from Garnadelia. Kingburger52 says, do you use the drum set that you use because it's the best one that you've used or the best I can afford? Bit of both, actually. Because even though I got into drums with electronic drums, it's just pretty much away from the norm. Everyone usually gets into it by acoustic drums. I saw that since it was an entry-level kit, I pretty much had to look for the best sort of entry-level kits. I could have done the Yamaha. Someone's playing really bad music. I could have done the Yamaha, like the really entry-level Yamaha, but I wasn't a fan of that, just the sounds. So I really did prefer the Roland over that. Plus Roland has also got its prestigious name for itself, so it was nice. But yeah, it was also just a matter, I didn't want to spend too much money on an instrument that I might not even stick with, because that's always a fear you got to be careful of. It's like, say you get into guitars and you buy a really expensive guitar, but you end up only playing for a year and then you want to move on to a different instrument, or you just get bored of it, so you wasted all that money. Rhymes just asks, are you a fan of Dark Angel IWJ? I'm a big fan of Dark Angel, and it really, really cut me deep when he went on a massive hiatus because he got copyright struck twice. And I see him comment on my videos sometimes too, so it's really nice just to see but just different people. Like, when I first started my channel, I used to watch these guys and I'm like, these guys would never take notice to me, but people like Fonzie, Taimatsu, Dark Angel, it's really, I don't know, mind-boggling to see these types of people actually noticing me. Akano too. Jeez, when I did my collaboration with her on, I basically just used her cover on Fake Town Baby. I got so hyped for that because I absolutely adore Akano and all the work she does. She's got a really nice voice too. But on the subject of different channels in Taimatsu, I actually saw this in a comment quite a while ago. A couple people have been asking me what this is gall.P drums. So some of you may have noticed that, or may have known if you follow me on Twitter, that I think late September, my Koito Uso full-size ending got taken down and I got given a copyright strike. And when that happened, I was so stressed. I got so scared because we all saw what happened to Taimatsu's channel, and I was deeply, deeply saddened because he got struck and struck and struck again. And like all the strikes came pretty quickly. So when I got the first strike, I was really scared I was gonna get another one and another one and another one. So as like a backup, I quickly made a backup channel, which is what gall.P drums is. So just a quick plug, go subscribe to that in the description. And also I'll probably plug Taimatsu's backup channel because he's a good bud of mine, and I feel really, really bad that his entire channel just got absolutely trashed by copyright. And so yeah, there's really big talent just thrown out the window just because of copyright, unfortunately. So yeah, make sure that you do subscribe to the backup channels in case this ever goes down, or in case any of your other favorite content creators also go down due to copyright or any YouTube madness. Helen, long-time subscriber, asks, here since 30 subscribers. Yeah, I just mentioned that. I've seen this guy all the time, and I try to comment every one of your vids. Here I am again. Did your thoughts on the drums change since now? Do you find things less hard, or did you prefer to play things differently? I don't know what he means by Charleston and the toms. But anyway, the thoughts on the drums changed since now. I mean, not really. I mean, I found them to be a whole lot of fun back in 2015, and I still find them to be a whole lot of fun. Do I find things less hard? Definitely, because obviously when you start a new instrument, you have issues with things that are outside your comfort zone, which is pretty much everything. So now that 2 years have passed by, it's a lot easier to do things. I'm able to pick up, especially when covering songs, I'm able to pick up beats and pretty much predict when fills are going to happen, and basically what type of beats are going to happen, like patterns of different bass patterns. So yeah, it comes with time and experience. So things have gotten a lot easier, definitely. Campion 404 asks me, do I have a waifu? Oh boy. In reality, no. In anime, maybe. Devin G, how long does it take you to play, record, and practice a cover? It really varies dependent on the difficulty of the song. Sometimes it may take me maybe an hour or two. Other times it might take me several hours over the course of multiple days. I do remember I believe it was the Hibike Euphonium full size, just because that had an absurd amount of fills. That took me like 2 days. Oh, well, actually doesn't sound like much, but it took me 2 days of like 6 hours of just practice, and then to record it took another, I think maybe like 40 minutes. Flaming Water asks, most recent anime you watched and least favorite anime character. This is an interesting one now. Most recent anime I watched and completed was probably Rakudai Kishi no Cavalry, because that's a very nice show. I mean, The concept's pretty cool. Main character is pretty cool. Yeah. Least favorite anime. I don't think I have a least favorite anime that I can think off the top of my head. I mean, if you probably go to my anime list and probably check like the shows with the lowest rating, that's probably it. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the spot. And least favorite anime character. Oh, I'd have to say, well, for starters, I really hated that teacher in Kuzuno Honkai. That infuriated me so much, that teacher. But other than that, no one. Can't think of anything off the spot. I'll probably try to put something on screen, or maybe multiple things on screen if I can remember to do it in editing. AJ Fugan asks, what advice would I give to less experienced drummers? Okay, well, advice. Use a metronome. That's, yeah. Metronome has definitely helped me out in the past. So, I really, really highly recommend using a metronome just to get your like internal pulse and just to time things a lot better. It helps with improvisation as well. And I would say practice rudiments, but hey, look at me, I don't practice rudiments at all. So I don't want to say that and be a hypocrite. Dante Price asks, why don't you show us your face? You're kidding me, right? Chivu asks, gall.P, what are some covers that you're going to do next? Or some that you want to do? I said this in the last Q&A, I really want double pedal. A lot of double pedal songs. Hunter x Hunter. Oh, the ending for Hunter x Hunter is so good, but I don't have a double pedal. More Garnatelia songs, I said that before. Some covers I'm going to do next. Specifically, I did say I want to try to do Blend S. A lot of seasonal covers. This coming December, because once I finish school, which should be around the 8th of December, I'll have the rest of December just to go absolutely bonkers with covering. So that's going to be including seasonal and off-season. Connor Huang asks, when you upload song covers, do you have to use the audio tracks without the original drum part, or do you just place your drum audio over the original? Well, it'd be pretty damn hard, I reckon, to get a drumless track of some of the songs that I do cover. And so I pretty much just download the song and put my drum track over the top on it. So basically my playing has to be accurate enough to mask over the original drums. So yeah. Modblock TV asks, hey, are you using the standard setup of the Roland TD1KB, or did I change something with it? Okay, so the standard setup of this boy is pretty much everything you see here, minus one of these crashes, because I bought an extra crash, but usually it comes with this, one crash, and then another cymbal, which typically you use for the ride, but for the longest time I just used it as the second crash, because the module comes with a, because it's a cable snake, it comes with all the inputs, and so there's a spare input that is just left there. But it's done pretty well, I reckon. It's got like a little cap, so the analog, the 1/4 inch input isn't just laying around randomly and not being triggered. But yeah, you don't get the third cymbal, or I guess the fourth cymbal, which is used for the second crash typically. Other than that, I'm also using the KD9 as a kick pad to accommodate for an acoustic kick pedal, opposed to the sort of beatless pedal, which is this thing. So, Alexander Pokrasin asks, how's 3-4 biology going? You're funny, aren't you? Nah, it's going pretty well, I reckon. I mean, a solid study score of 25 will do. Anyone who understands Australian education will get that. Rhythm Issue. Hey, I remember this guy. Hello, Mom, I'm on TV. I'm sorry. That's pretty funny, I'll give you that. Okay, what was my question again? Can you do a compilation of the Gintama ops? Okay. Maybe. I was actually thinking of something similar, like say for example for the Dragon Ball Z, or like say One Piece or something, or just shows that have like really long shows, like say for example Bleach or something that's got a million different openings, and so I do like a compilation in one video of all the openings, which might be good, might be bad. I still haven't decided on it, but now that you suggested it, I might actually consider it, considering people actually want to see it. So we'll see. Mara Sayago asks, what is my top 3 about animes and my top 3 about bands? Greetings from Argentina. Argentina! It really baffles me that people from all over the world watch my content. Like, I'm just used to people at school saying, oh yeah, how's the channel going and stuff like that, because some people do actually know from my school. And so I'm used to just like the Australian audience, or like say people that speak English, but people of all different nationalities watch it, and it's mind-boggling. But anyway, back to the question. Top 3 animes. Well, look, I'll give you my top 3. I'm not gonna say things that would be on my, say, top 10, or just things that I like in general. Top 3, Origairu. Number 1, number 2, Sakurasou Pet no Kanajo, and number 3, Monogatari. Crix asks, will you do more collabs with anyone? Yeah, of course. I love doing collaborations. I mean, most recent video was the No Game No Life 0 ending, or I guess the theme, full size, with DJ Lani. Oh, that was such a fun song to do. That piano intro, I'm so glad I collaborated with him. Like, I'll watch that video over and over again just for the piano. It's so amazing. Once again, thank you so much, dude. I'm amazed. Scientifically Easy asks, hey, so you write your notes down and then play, or do you just go with the rhythm, and then what is your favorite romance anime? I didn't read that very well. I apologize. But do I write my notes down and play them? No. I learn everything by ear. I pretty much listen to the song, see what goes where, and just play. So pretty much go with the rhythm. What is my favorite romance anime? This isn't very specific, so let's say, oh, romance, okay. Fukumenke Noise. I really enjoyed that show. Some people weren't really too fond of it, but personally, I really enjoyed Fukumenke Noise. Oh, he's got another comment too. What motivated me to keep drumming if it's not my favorite hobby, and what inspired you to drum? Inspirations, I did say this last time, people like Nagi, Taimatsu, all those people on YouTube. What motivates me to keep drumming? This channel, as cheesy as that sounds, because after a year of drumming, and it was sort of like, I learned all these anime songs and all just like songs, and I'd learn it and that's it. I wouldn't be able to perform it anywhere. It'd just be something to pass time. But making this channel, I can actually use that creativity and just publish it here, and people love it, and I just can't say anything. I'm speechless about it. It's really amazing just to have that sort of feedback to just an everyday hobby, just an everyday high school kid going to school, coming home, playing drums, doing homework, you know. I'm just an average high school kid. I'm nothing special. A friend is gonna absolutely roast me for saying that. Samuel Kaja asks, can you go a little in-depth in addictive drums mapping? I have 4 main problems. 1, I can't get the hi-hat mapping right. 2, I can't choke cymbals. 3, when I hit 2 or more pads at the same time, there's an after sound when I hit them again. 4, the sounds kind of distant when I play with that 82. It's fine. Could it be the interface I'm using? By the way, I have a TD9. Okay. I probably won't go too in-depth, but I'll try and address your questions. I can't get the hi-hat mapping right. TD9, so I'm assuming you might have... Ooh. Okay, so it pretty much just depends on the hi-hat pedal. If you can get that to work. Yeah, I can't really help you too much. I think you have to be on the same MIDI channel with your kit and on your respective DAW that hosts addictive drums. And can't choke cymbals. I actually have that problem as well. I can't choke cymbals. And so I pretty much manually have to choke them by adding a MIDI note for the choke sound, or action, I guess. Yeah, it's probably something I'll need to fix real soon, but it might just be some setup of a configuration you have. You might need to mess around with a couple of the MIDI options or settings. And yeah, as for the echo, I had that as well, because I tried mapping each and every individual piece to my DAW, and what I forgot to do was turn off the master volume, because if you turn off the master volume, I'm pretty sure you should be able to send all these individually. If not, I mean, because I don't really know, I actually just record through the master out, so I don't actually have any individual audio tracks for each kit piece. So yeah, I can't really help you too much there. Apologies if I'm not helping at all, but that's pretty much just my gist of it. Just map things individually and try to restrict the master volume, because that's pretty much how you get the echo. Death Goose asks, do I watch all the anime I do covers on? Absolutely not. I think I've only, well, not only, but I've watched about maybe 50 to 60 series. And I've done over like 150 videos, so yeah, that would not be something I'd do. Ryan McMullen asks, hey Trent, could you tell me why you mostly make anime covers? Why I mostly make anime covers? Because the drum tracks and anime songs for the openings and endings, they're just a lot better, I find. I mean, it also might just be my taste in Western music or whatnot might not be the best. I might not be finding good drum tracks, but you know, I like anime, I like the drum tracks in it, and so I'm catering to a specific audience of anime viewers, so there you go. What was the most difficult thing to do when you first began to learn drums? Asked by Japanese characters P. I apologize, I can't exactly read that. First thing to do when I first began to drum. Oh, I know what this is. Right, one thing that used to torment me to all hell was separating my right hand from my right foot. And this is what I mean. So, one song, you had to go like, just a basic double, and I had to use only quarter notes on the hi-hat, so I'd be going, and when I put that together, I always used to add an eighth note onto the hi-hat, so I'd be like, and I could never, for the life of me, separate that. That took me so long to do, and now finally it's just easy. So, I finally got that, and when I did that, oh, I felt so happy. But just little simple things like that. You'd be amazed at what obstacles you find, but of course it comes with learning a new instrument, so. Rendering Fox asks if you ever think of streaming and taking in requests. I addressed this early in the video in regards to 8-bit drummer, but I don't reckon I would because of just my method of covering, and when it comes to things like addictive drums, especially with the MIDI manipulation for the bell on the ride, during streaming I would not have access to all the sounds. I wouldn't be able to do certain things, like I wouldn't, all my hits on the ride would be complete ride, I wouldn't have any bell, and a couple other things too. And I wouldn't be able to do the double bass songs like at all, so. Moose Araya asks, can I read notes? Yes and no, I can sort of read it, but anything complex will pretty much stop me, so I can't read drum sheet music too well. Vin and A asks, the most weird thing I've done in my entire life. This channel? No, I'm kidding. Probably, look, I say this in an ironic way, but I did go to an anime convention last week, which, by the way, that was so much fun. But I don't reckon it's like weird to go to an anime convention. It's just indulging in your love for anime, I guess. Most weird thing I did though was probably attempt to speak in Japanese, using broken Japanese in words, because I will admit at one point I was weeaboo-ish. So, I mean, everyone goes through that point in their lives. If you're an anime fan, that is, I think. But yeah, it was just a lot of broken Japanese, attempting to speak Japanese. I mean, I think I've gotten a lot better at it, like not being weeaboo, and also just like picking up Japanese words here and there. It's not like I'm actively trying to learn the language, it's just things you pick up when you listen to the shows. Jihan Park asks, are you earning YouTube profits, or can I not because of copyright? It varies from song to song. I mean, I don't do this channel for the money, it's just an added bonus. Because obviously I'm just a kid in high school. I mean, I could easily get a part-time job if I wanted to. Although I probably won't because I like to stay home. bit of an introvert. And I do obviously have my biggest year of high school coming next year, so I don't want to really do a part-time job for that. But I don't really care if I do or do not earn profits from this channel. Some songs will pretty much prohibit me from monetizing them, which I don't mind, Due to copyright, like sometimes ads will be on the video, but it'll be claimed by a different third party. And so any money I make off that video will go to them, which I don't mind. I mean, I'm supporting the creators, which is good because the anime industry is sort of, at times, in a bit of a stump when it comes to earning profits. So, I mean, if I'm helping them in that way due to YouTube copyright, I'm fine with that. VJ123 asks, what is my favorite anime opening? Alright, favorite anime opening. Let's go with something a little different. Let's just pick something that I enjoyed. The first opening of Origaru. That's a really oh my goodness, Nagi Yanagi does some really nice stuff. I mean, I recently did a cover of one of her songs, Over and Under, which is the Just Because opening. She's got a really nice voice. I like a lot of her work. And speaking of the first opening, I completely forgot about it. I really needed to cover that, being Origaru being my #1 favorite anime. Optical Luck asks, teach me how to drum, please. You do not want to learn from me. Charles Cowley asks, Charles Cowley asks, hey, how do you record your drums and what recording video editing software do you use to make your covers? So I record it using the Nikon D7200, although currently I'm using the iPhone 6s for this video. And my editing software, I use Sony Vegas 13. Faris Majid asks, how did I start playing drums? Did somebody teach me or did I learn by myself? How many years did it take me to reach this level? I started playing drums back in year 8, just as an accidental thing because I was put on the drums for a school project. Did someone teach me or did I learn by myself? I completely learned by myself. It's all self-taught, which is something I'm personally proud of, to be honest. How many years did it take to reach this level? 2. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm at like any good level, but to get to where I am, I've just pretty much been playing. So yeah, been playing for 2 years and this is the level I'm at. Bad Paradox asks me, what was the first video game I ever played? I think it might have been the original Mario. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the original Super Mario Bros. Upside PvP asks, what Addictive Drums 2 package did I get? So you wanna, I think the ones that I got was definitely the metal pack, because I adore these cymbals way too much. The Studio Rock pack for the toms, and I think it's the Real Electronics or something like that for all the electronic snares and hi-hats, like those 808, 909 sounds. Heiki TKG asks, are you having troubles playing drums in right-handed layout while I use my left hand? Because you're pretty inspiring that you could play right and left-handed. Thanks, man. Yeah, that is something that sort of troubled me at first. I mean, since I'm, of course, left-handed, a lot of people would expect me to play open-handed like this. And so, but no, I actually prefer using the right hand, which is sort of good because it pretty much strengthened my right arm capabilities, just my overall coordination with my right hand, which is good. And also, I can utilize my naturally coordinated left hand for doing a lot of like complex snare work, like ghost notes, different accents. So it's a lot easier to do ghost notes on the snare. It's a lot easier to do snare work with my left hand, since of course I'm left-handed and naturally my left hand will be more coordinated. Benaya Azaya asks, let me know 3 of your favorite animes and 3 of your favorite anime songs. Greetings from Indonesia. Can I speak Indonesian? I want to see it. Oh, jeez. Alright, I did say that I learnt Indonesian for 1 year back in year 7, which was actually, it was only for a semester because we had to learn French and Indonesian 1 semester and then switch to the next in the next semester. But, can I remember anything? Selamat pagi, apa kabar, and then you ask me and I'll just say baik saja. I apologize, it's probably really bad. But yeah, 3 of my favorite animes. We'll go with Little Busters, Hyoka, and Golden Time. All 3 amazing shows. Seiji1 asks, how old am I? I'm 17. That reminds me, a lot of people were really surprised at how I sound and how I look for being 17 years old. I mean, my facial hair right now, since it is November, I did try to go for the whole November thing, and so I haven't shaved. Oh, I did shave on the 1st of November, and then I haven't ever since. But this is probably going to go really soon. In fact, today I had one of my exams, and when I was going in, one of my deputy principals almost roasted me about this. So I am violating the uniform code by having facial hair. And so unfortunately, I made it just under halfway through November, but I will have to take this off. This facial hair, unfortunately. But at least you guys got to see it, and so there you go. Quakestrom, sorry, 1, 2, 3, and 4 asks, what are your honest thoughts and opinions on Koita Uso, and who do you think the best girl is for you and the best girl for Yukari? Or just both if one girl suits both your criteria? Honest thoughts on Koita Uso. I actually really enjoyed Koita Uso. Little saddened about how it ended, to be honest. But my favorite, I mean, I was team Uririna because I just preferred her over Takasaki, I think. Jeez, I'm forgetting her name already. But oh, dude, they're both girls like are so fitting for Yukari. But personally, I prefer Uririna, but I think either of them would work well for Yukari. So here's my thoughts on Koita Uso. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Q&A second session. So, geez, that went on for quite a while. I don't know what the time is. I think it's about like 2 o'clock. And I started this at about like 1:15. So 45 minutes. Let's see how far I can condense this into. But yeah, once again, apologies if your comment did not, or question did not get answered. But feel free to leave a question in this video on my Twitter, once again, at gall_P drums, using the hashtag #gall.P. Or by the time I do another Q&A, I'll probably put out a video saying, doing a Q&A soon, comment on this video, your questions. So once again, thank you all for asking your questions, for supporting the channel. And yeah, thank you all for 20,000 subscribers. And year's not over yet, so let's try banging out, get as far as we can, do some covers. Over this week and next week, I won't be uploading too much, just because I still have exams, which will be finishing by Thursday next week, which, ooh, puberty. Thursday next week, which I think is the 23rd of November. So then after that, I've got 2 years, wow, 2 weeks of, pardon me, transition into year 12 before the school summer holidays on December 8th, which is for 2 months, which will be a very nice opportunity for me to cover as many things as I can. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Thanks for watching.